James, it's a real tough one to take as we lose 3-4 to Portsmouth, a game where we deserved at least a draw out of it. What's your reaction?
I think you summed it up. I think we deserved at least a draw. Charge more on the turnstiles, because are you going to see a better game all season? Like ours away to Watford was a fantastic game. This is up there with that. And when you consider all the injuries and absences we've had, to perform like that is just credit to the playing group and the culture within the playing group. Congratulations to Portsmouth, because they matched us and even managed to nick the game at the end in the final minute. And it was just a fantastic game of football that I think people would be very happy to pay a bit to watch.
Obviously Portsmouth are chasing promotion, whereas we're mathematically safe now for this season. So with all the pressure being on them, did that help us out today?
I don't know exactly. I would suggest that because there are 4 teams that can win the league and it's late in the season, one team will probably win all their games. So I guess, not that we're in that situation, but that none of those teams would take a draw from any game, unless they're playing each other perhaps. So maybe that opened the game up a bit, that Portsmouth wanted to win it, but we wanted to win it too. And and the game ebbed and flowed. Both teams had chances to win it. So I don't know about pressure really. Because I wasn't in their dressing room, but they played with a lot of freedom, and so did we.
With the injuries we currently have, Elise Jennings was giving us a first start today, and she really impressed, didn't she?
Yeah, Elise has earned her start. And gave us good balance. She reacted well to instruction and the roles that we asked her to perform. And I think when you get your first start, there is probably a settling in period where you still need to perform, but you are just getting your pitch geography a bit. And I think Elise went through that well. And connected well with her teammates. The challenge for the young players coming in is when they play in development teams or younger age group teams that they perform that well in those teams, and that for any young player that the behaviour around the first team is the same as the behaviour around the younger team. So that's just as big a challenge I think as playing for the first team. Is when you go back to your own team now, you'll be seen as a leader, and people will look for you as to how you act and behave and play. So that's a good challenge for Elise as well going forward, just like all the other young players. She did really well. That's what we expect. And then the next time she's coming in, we expect her to perform again because she has that quality.
It wasn't just Elise that stood out today, but everyone else did really well. And one thing that stood out was how we didn't drop our heads after conceding in quick succession. What did you make of the reaction from us to keep fighting for the whole game?
Good culture, healthy culture, and that's what we've had the past 9 games. 9 games out of 9 we've had really good performances born out of a healthy culture. That's what we have to continue for the next 4 games. That's what we'll take into next season. That's what we feel over time will bring success to the club, because anybody new who joins, players, staff, anyone, they have to integrate into that culture. We're not looking for someone else to come in and change the group and the feeling. We have the group, we have the feeling, we have the culture, and everybody's really happy within it. So it's nice that you picked up on that, and I think that was visible today, and I think it's been visible for a couple of months. So that will carry us really far, and that takes away any glass ceiling there may have been to performances. Oxford and Ipswich and Portsmouth, these teams in the top 4, they all took the ball to the corners at the end against us. So I think there's evidence there that we'll go right to the end to get a result, and that the performances are performances that will stretch any opposition.
2 cup finals in 2 days is what we have next. How do we prepare for that?
We have time now, so we have 10 days. And yes, we have 2 in 2 days, and then 3 in 5 because we have the Plymouth League game on the Sunday after as well. Players want to play, So there are opportunities there. When I came in, the playing squad was massive and everybody wanted to play. Here are the opportunities to play. So these aren't problems, these are finals, and I think that can give everyone a lot of energy. And yes, I think creating positivity around the games. We need to be flexible in the roles that we perform and how we play in each game. But that's how we are anyway. I think our culture will carry us well into those games.